Today and Friday, you have a chance to take part in roundtable discussions focusing on rebuilding the middle class. Also taking part in those two discussions are my next two guests, Senator Tom Harkin and U.S. Representative for Iowa's 1st Congressional District, Bruce Braley. Thank you both for coming in today. And
thanks, Molly.
I wish we had an hour to discuss this topic because it does hit so close home to so many people. But Senator Harkin, you were quoted as saying Americans can't have a vibrant economy without a vibrant middle class. What has happened to the middle class?
Well, what's happened, Molly, is that the middle class has been eroded in this country. We had a vibrant middle class, and when we had a vibrant middle class, we had a good economy and a growing economy. We had a shared prosperity. And the testimony that we have heard in our hearings that we've held, it just really brings us home. I'm thinking of Gene Witt, who was in Council Bluffs yesterday, and age 41, one daughter, worked for a number of years for the airlines, had a good pension, had good pay, and the job is gone. What happens? And now she's going to Iowa Western Community College to become a registered nurse, which is good. And this is the kind of investments we need to continue to make so that people can get into the jobs of the future and have that kind of support.
All right. Now, there are two coming up, one this afternoon and one on Friday. Congresswoman Braley, who do you want to come to these roundtables, and what do you want them to tell you?
Well, we want people to come to these roundtables who, like Senator Harkin and I, are concerned about what's happening to the middle class in America and in Iowa. When I was growing up in the middle class in a small town of Brooklyn, Iowa, there was a popular saying, what's good for General Motors is good for America. Senator Harkin and I both believe what's good for the middle class is good for America. And that's why we both chaired the Populist Caucus in the House of Representatives, to fight for economic policies that are not going to only strengthen but expand access to the middle class.
And you were talking also about income inequality.
Yes.
What can we do?
Well, again, we need changes in policies, both tax policies in Washington, but also getting manufacturing back to this country, making sure we invest in good education, and making sure our schools, our community colleges, have good, what should I say, programs for kids who may not want to go to a four-year college, but want to learn a trade like computer-assisted design or welding or plumbing or electricians. A lot of the technical things that need to be done in the future. We're not doing enough of that. We're not investing enough in that area.
And what are you finding in your district?
Well, Molly, when we did our roundtable in Cedar Rapids, one of my constituents from Anamosa, a young single mom named Lindy Hunter, came and spoke eloquently about what Senator Harkin just mentioned. And I think her words resonate with all I when she said, give us the skills to make it on our own. She's now at Kirkwood Community College learning to become a registered nurse so that she has the skills to be successful and give her kids a chance at the American dream. That's what we're talking about at these roundtables, and that's what we want to hear is more of those personal stories.
And then what? What happens then for both of you?
Well, hopefully making policy changes in Washington that will again begin to restore that middle class in America. Molly, one figure to keep in mind, there's an organization called OECD. It's the 34 industrial nations of the world, the top industrial nations. Of those 34 nations, the United States now ranks 31st in income inequality. The middle class is disappearing. We're getting this huge disparity between the top and the bottom, and that is not healthy for our future.
All right. Well, Iowans do have two more opportunities to talk to you in the roundtable discussions. We will let you know. Today at 1:30, you two will be in Newton for the Newton City Council Chambers. Also Friday, August 26th at 3 o'clock in Mason City. Thank you both for coming in today.
Molly.
Wish we had more time, but